Two properties can be priced almost identically and still create completely different emotional reactions from buyers. One property feels justified, the other feels overpriced. What's interesting is that this reaction often has less to do with the actual number and much more to do with how buyers interpret the property. Presentation, condition, comparison, and emotional alignment during the showing experience. That's why some properties feel expensive long before buyers ever fully analyze the price. One of the biggest misunderstandings sellers have is assuming buyers evaluate properties logically first and emotionally second. In reality, buyers usually experience emotion before analysis. The property either feels aligned, comfortable, clear, easy to understand, and emotionally confident, or it creates friction. That friction starts shaping price perception immediately. A buyer may walk through a property and feel uncertain, distracted, overwhelmed, visually overloaded, confused by updates, or hesitant about future costs, even if they're not aware of those thoughts. Once emotional friction enters the experience, buyers start interpreting the price differently. Some properties create confidence, others create doubt. What's important is that buyers rarely say, "This property doesn't make me feel confident." Instead, they say things like, "Something feels off. I'm not sure. It feels high. I expected more, and I want to think about it." Those reactions are often tied to subconscious interpretation. Small things matter more than sellers realize. Lighting fixtures, transitions, flooring, consistent features, visual clutter, proportions, furniture, and backyard. None of these individually determine value, but together they shape emotional confidence. Emotional confidence heavily influences whether price feels right. Buyers will always evaluate all of these features together unconsciously. They may have toured newer construction yesterday, a highly updated property earlier that morning, a property with stronger outdoor living space, another neighborhood with different visual energy. That comparison framework changes how pricing gets interpreted. This is why two similarly priced properties can feel emotionally very different. One property may feel turnkey, easy, low friction, emotionally complete, while another feels uncertain, maintenance heavy, visually dated, harder to mentally settle, even if the pricing difference is minimal. Another thing sellers underestimate is how emotionally buyers interpret future projects. A seller may think the buyer can easily update that later. The buyer often thinks cost, inconvenience, decision fatigue, contractor stress, and uncertainty. That emotional weight changes perceived value dramatically. Especially today, buyers are mentally already overloaded. Properties that feel similar and emotionally easy can create strong price tolerance over properties that have future work, even when the actual financial difference is very small. A lot of sellers focus almost entirely on square footage, upgrades, and pricing data. Buyers experience the property much differently. They're asking, how does this property make me feel? Does this feel easy, calm, expensive in a good way, or expensive in a stressful way? That distinction really matters. A property can technically justify the price on paper while still feeling emotionally overpriced during the showing experience. That's why positioning and presentation matter so much. Price alone rarely solves confidence problems. The properties that create strong buyer confidence usually feel cohesive, intentional, emotionally clear, visually easy, lower friction, and well-positioned. That doesn't necessarily mean perfect. It means buyers can emotionally settle into the property. When buyers mentally start picturing life there without resistance, pricing starts feeling more reasonable. That's the hidden psychology many people miss. Some properties feel expensive because of the number, others feel expensive because buyers experience uncertainty while walking through them. That's a completely different issue. The strongest property positioning strategy reduces emotional friction before buyers ever begin deeply analyzing the price. Buyers rarely look at the price only. If you're preparing to sell and want help thinking through how buyers are likely to interpret your property in the current market, I'm happy to help you map that out.